Hey, it's Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and I'm going to show you a couple of student trades today that a couple of students sent me. These are both nice trades. Great. One of them gets a nice runner, so it's always interesting to see when somebody gets a nice runner. But just our normal risk disclosure, trading futures can be risky. You can lose a lot of money, so only trade with risk money that you can afford to lose. And keep in mind, this is not as easy as we make it look. Okay, this first trade was sent to me by a trader here. Um, English is not his first language, so most of his description was in Spanish, and my Spanish is not the best. So I'm not going to play, and I'm assuming most of our viewers are probably going to be speaking English. So I'm rather than have that playing in the background, and I'll just kind of describe it what he's doing. He's looking at technically, I remember this trade myself because technically the second entry triggered here, but it still looks like two legs up. And we've got some resistance up here. We're at the key entry point. We hadn't had a break yet. So he's looking for a setup to go short here on a possible two legs back to the key entry point. So let's watch this play out. Doesn't take very long if I remember correctly, but nice trade by this trader. You can see he's got his order in place there. He's just waiting to see if this signal bar sets up or not. This would be where it'd be great to maybe have our automated entry strategy. Those are pretty much, I've been testing them. They're pretty much ready to go. So I just need to talk with the gentleman that wrote them and see about putting them in place. They've already given me permission to do it, so I may just offer them at some point, but I'm not sure how we're going to have them set up for download. NinjaTrader's made it so difficult to download these things that you got to really, um, it makes it difficult to download them. He's gone in with 10 contracts here. Looks like he's trying to scalp out with 1 point on the scalp. And looks like he's trying to also get some runners here. No surprise that it snapped back there because he does have a little congestion here. That would be the only concern I had there. I'm pretty sure I marked this trade myself. I think I remember this trade. Maybe I waited on another touch. I'm not sure. Uh, but I don't think it, I can't quite remember. I just remember this setup though. One thing about these setups is after years and years of doing this, they all tend to run together. So he's already moved to break even +1, but this thing's kind of taken off now. I'm not sure if I can't remember if he gets a runner on this one or not. At this point, he's only guaranteed a point, or I'm sorry, 2 ticks, which will pay for his commissions, and he'll probably still make a little profit depending on what his commissions are. I don't know if you noticed that or not, that when we shot through this trend line, it came back and tested it again before it went lower. And if he gets this runner where he's got his exit, it looks like he's gonna get five. It's gonna be somewhere around 5 or 6 points. He's in at 66.90. He's getting out at 66.83 1/4. So it's gonna be looks like a little over 6 points. 6 points and a couple of 6 points and a tick on 2 contracts. So he's really gonna get 13 points. So that's a great trade there. I can't remember how many. I think he went out with 8 on. So he basically made 20 points there. Hard to argue with that trade. Very didn't last long. Um, so very nice trade by this trader. He's been with me for a long time, and I've watched him get better and ask a lot of questions over the years, and he's obviously getting it now. So nice trade by this trader. Let's. I've got one other I want to share with you here. Okay, this trader didn't get he didn't get his recorder going in time to catch the entry, but you can see he entered one tick above this bar, which this is a high or low. Notice we're working back to the trend line. We get a close outside and a couple of legs to a new low, and then he's trading this higher low. It broke higher here, so um, looks like we're in a bigger uptrend. I can't see the rest of his chart, but from what I can see, if his trend line is correct, I like this setup. Uh, appears to be a good setup. I will say too, this trader told me that he hadn't contacted me much lately because he's busy trading. He's started to make money, and he's uh, he's busy trading every day, and that's why most people are that do this. If you're making money at it, you're busy trading every day. So um, nice trade here, and nice job by this trader who is making a living trading now. It sounds like, or at least I don't know if he's making a living trading, but he's busy trading, trying to make money every day now. So he may still have his other job. I don't want to speak out because he didn't say anything about that. So, uh, but yeah, it looks like he's trying to scalp three, and he's got his stop one tick below the signal bar, which is this high or low, and you can see he's already out. Such a quick trade. I mean, this looks really, again, this looks really easy when you watch us do it, and it's really not that hard. But it takes some time to learn this and to get experienced at it. And so don't assume that it's as easy as it looks, but it's not very hard. We're only trying to get 4 ticks in most cases, and if you try to get a runner, then as you saw in the other one, he got 8 points, which is great. Really, he got 16 because he had 2 contracts, so he got 16 points on. I think that's what it was. I can't remember, but anyway, um, I think he had a total of 20 points on the other one. There were 3 contracts here, so he got 3 points on this, which is $150. And some people, if they can make $150 a day, depending on where you live and what your lifestyle is like, um, and obviously, depending on where you live, you can live a great life making $150 a day. Uh, so if you can learn this, it's worth the effort and the time and the effort. But it's not going to be easy. I'm just going to tell you that it's not going to be easy to learn. It's not that hard to learn our strategy, but once you learn the strategy, you need experience, and that's where the time comes in. And so, again, my suggestion, how you get better at this, is you sim trade every day as much as you can. And when you're sim trading, you want to take every trade you see that you think fits our entry criteria. Don't worry if you're right or wrong. Just enter the trade, let it play out, and then move on to the next one. And then at the end of the day, that's when you go back and you worry about whether you were right or wrong. You study all your trades. You try to figure out what you did right. If you had a loser, figure out what you did wrong. But make sure you study your winners closely too, because you don't want to reinforce bad habits. Because sometimes you're going to get lucky. And you may see something after the fact while you're studying that trade that you didn't see in real time, and you might say, "Oh, yeah, I might have got lucky on that one. That didn't really fit our entry criteria." And there's a lot of these trades that'll move a long way that we don't take just simply because they don't fit our entry criteria. And if we only want to take the things that are almost 100% sure things and that are going to guarantee to get us our scalp, and that's kind of it's kind of the basics of what we do. Yeah, you can. There's some risky trades that you might skip or take that move lots of points, but we're not. We want to be sure things. We want to have high win rates and make money every day. We don't want to lose $200 a day for the next couple of days trying to make $500 on one of those days. That's not how we operate. Our strategy is to make a salary every day. Whatever you got to start low. It's not as easy to trade multiple contracts as many think it would be. You know, people ask me today, why don't you just trade 100 contracts and take one trade a day for 4 ticks? Well, because when I put 100 contracts on, my brain goes to mush, and because if you got 100 contracts on and it goes 1 point against you, that's a lot of money. That's $5,000. I believe that's $5,000, right? If it goes 1 point against you. And so you start making mistakes when you get that kind of pressure on you. Now, I can trade 20 contracts all day long and never sweat. It doesn't bother me at all. But if I put on much more than that, it starts to get hard. I start to make mistakes. I start to double check or double question myself. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, this is not that difficult to learn, especially if you're just scalping singles or doubles or whatever early on. But it took me a while to get to 20 contracts, and I've never tried to get any higher. I don't need to get any higher. I can make all the money I need taking a couple of trades a day. You can get rich like that. Take my word for it. You know, you don't. It's not a get rich quick scheme. If you come into trading treating it like a get rich quick scheme, I can tell you what's going to happen to you. You're going to lose your shirt and you're going to go broke. But if you come into it and treat it like a job, and you come in every day and you can work an hour or two, 3 hours tops in most cases. I can't even tell you the last time I took a trade after lunchtime. Really after 11 a.m. Unless I was demonstrating a trade and took it because I wanted to demonstrate a trade for y'all. I hardly ever trade after 10 a.m. Definitely not after 11. And so you can some days I'm done before 8 o'clock. And where else can you go and make a couple of $1,500 or $2,000 a day and work for an hour? And then no overhead, no employees, once I walk out of here, I don't worry about anything other than the bills I need to pay or my family. There's nothing else to worry about because there's no overhead, there's no employees, there's nobody bothering you, there's no office, there's nothing, just you and your computer, and all you need is one screen. So anyway, this is the best of both worlds. But you got to treat it like a job all the same. It's an easy job that doesn't last very long every day, that you don't have to take home with you, but it takes a while to get there. But just assume if you had to trade for 6 hours a day and study for 6 hours a day for a couple of years, what is that? That's easier than a college degree. But the key is to do like I told you. You got to sim trade every day, and you got to take every trade you see, and you got to study those trades. That's what makes you get better at this. Just trading and closing up and going on, you're not going to get better if you don't study those trades. And you got to have enough of them to study every day, so you need to take as many as you can. And some days there's not going to be but 2 or 3 trades. So you need to get as much screen time and study as much as you can every single day. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed these 2 examples. This is Matt with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you on Monday.